What if one scientific experiment turned ordinary animals into unstoppable monsters overnight? Imagine waking up to find a gentle gorilla, a giant wolf, and a massive crocodile destroying an entire city. This is the unbelievable story of Rampage. The story begins with a secret space laboratory where a dangerous genetic experiment is being tested. Suddenly, everything goes horribly wrong. The experiment escapes, causing explosions that destroy the station. Before it completely falls apart, several containers filled with the mysterious genetic formula crash back to Earth in different locations. One container lands deep inside a wildlife sanctuary where primatologist Davis Okoye worked. Davis has a special bond with an intelligent albino gorilla named George. Unlike other gorillas, George understands sign language, jokes with Davis, and trusts him completely. Their friendship is stronger than word. One night, George discovers a strange glowing container in the forest. Curious, he opens it, and a cloud of green gas surrounds him. At first, nothing seems different, but by the next morning, George starts growing at an impossible rate. His strength increases dramatically, and he begins losing control of his emotion. Davis quickly realizes something is terribly wrong. Meanwhile, another container crashes into a remote forest. A normal wolf breathes in the same gas and transforms into a gigantic flying predator with razor-sharp teeth and incredible speed. Hunters become its first victims as the creature tears through everything in its path. The final container lands in the Florida Everglades, where a huge crocodile absorbs the chemical. It grows into an enormous monster unlike anything ever seen before. Every creature around it becomes prey. As reports of mysterious attacks spread across the country, the government launches an emergency investigation. Genetic engineer Dr. Kate Caldwell reveals that the chemical was designed to rewrite DNA at an incredible speed. Instead of improving life, it creates unstoppable mutations that become stronger, larger, and far more aggressive. The company responsible for these experiments is run by two greedy siblings who care only about money. Rather than admitting their mistake, they activate a powerful radio signal designed to attract the mutated animals toward their headquarters in Chicago. Their selfish decision puts millions of innocent people in danger. George continues growing larger every hour. Soldiers capture him and transport him on a military aircraft, hoping scientists can study the mutation. Davis refuses to abandon his friend and joins the mission, but the radio signal reaches George before the plane lands. Filled with uncontrollable rage, he breaks free inside the aircraft. At the same time, the giant wolf attacks from the sky. The military plane becomes a battlefield as soldiers fight desperately for survival. The aircraft is destroyed, crashing across the countryside. Miraculously, Davis survives. George also survives the crash and escapes. Now two giant monsters are heading toward Chicago, following the mysterious signal. While the army prepares for war, the giant crocodile emerges from the rivers, destroying boats and bridges as it travels toward the same destination. Soon, all three monsters are moving toward one city. Chicago becomes the center of complete chaos. Buildings shake, highways collapse, and thousands of civilians run for their lives. Fighter jets, helicopters, and tanks attack the creatures, but nothing seems powerful enough to stop them. George reaches the city first. Although the mutation has made him aggressive, fragments of his friendship with Davis remain. Davis risked his own life by approaching George instead of attacking him. Slowly, George begins recognizing his old friend. Before they can escape the giant wolf attack, the two enormous creatures battle across rooftops, smashing buildings and sending debris everywhere. The fight becomes even worse when the massive crocodile joins the battle. Now Chicago faces three unstoppable monsters destroying everything around them. Davis and Dr. Kate discover an antidote that can slow the mutation. After an intense struggle, they manage to give it to George. Although he remains enormous, his mind becomes clear again. For the first time since the mutation, George remembers who he really is. Understanding that Davis is trying to save him, George chooses to fight beside his human friend instead of against him. The final battle is one of the biggest monster fights in Hollywood history. George battles the giant wolf across collapsing skyscrapers. After an intense fight, he defeats the flying predator once and for all. But the giant crocodile is even stronger. It launches a brutal attack, nearly killing George and Davis. Every second becomes a desperate fight for survival. Working together, Davis distracts the crocodile while George delivers powerful attack. In one final confrontation, George uses the broken remains of the city itself to overpower the monster. After an exhausting battle, the giant crocodile is finally defeated. The destruction ends, and the surviving citizens slowly realize the nightmare is over. Although George is badly injured, everyone believes he has died protecting the city. Davis is heartbroken, thinking he has lost his closest friend forever. Then, suddenly, George opens one eye and smiles. Instead of dying, he was simply pretending. Davis laughs in relief, and the two friends share a heartfelt reunion that reminds everyone their bond survived even the mutation. As the city begins rebuilding, George is finally free again. again. The dangerous experiment is destroyed, and the people responsible face the consequences of their greed. Rampage shows that true friendship can survive even the greatest disaster. It also reminds us that science without responsibility can become more dangerous than any monster. And that's the complete story of Rampage 2018. If you enjoyed this explanation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more epic movie recap.